much, lafon. We'll see you after this map. All right. Lot coming into this matchup. Kenobi, a lot coming into
Semifinals, Rien.
Yep,
We're in it.
We're in.
It's you know, it's not like last season where there was a gauntlet spot, where there was a showdown spot on the line, because we talked about it. LGD did lose that spot, but now you're going to be getting to the point where you need to get to that grand finals to get that gauntlet spot. The only one China has left. As we're going to be starting out here, we're going to be seeing some 2-2-2 dive coming out from Team CC. And just like lafon talked about, JWJ here is going to be on this Pharah. And LGD is actually opting for to put Kaneki on that McCree and Wanli on that Hanzo. But one of the things JWJ is very good at is dealing and playing against hitscan players. As you can see, using this Lighthouse to his advantage and gets the kill
right
on
off the
Wanli at the start.
Exactly. And you know, you think in this matchup, just off of the compositions alone here, you're running dive into this Orisa Roadhog composition, right? And usually that's not a winning matchup, but JWJ just almost wins it single-handedly just off of his incredible Pharah play. I mean, you saw it there. Oh no! Into the well you go, though, Secret says. Gotta here flanking on the side, trying to find something, but they just don't have the resources right now. LGD need to just play this slow, wait for reinforcements, kind of move in slowly but surely. High Noon comes through, looking for anything. Melon now back here. He's ready to see it, just trying to matrix this. Takes a lot of damage, though. They have to toss down the amplification matrix as well as that immortality field. Now backing up is LGD. Bunny looking for a flank here, but Fearless getting killed here early on by Rookie and losing your Winston. There you go. See, this is where your composition starts to fall apart. Against the Orisa Hog, against this bunker, you just can't dive into it. It's too strong. And Secret again with the sleep, like you just talked about, Kenobi, onto JWJ's been hitting these shots, and that's what you need.
I mean, we've been talking about how Kaneki and Wanli are the two that are going to be countering JWJ in the air, but actually it's Secret at the start of that fight. Hits that huge sleep that puts him into the pit. He comes back, gets slept again. Secret is one of the best flex DPS, or flex supports rather, in the region right now, and really showing off his stuff with his Ana play currently in this matchup. But JWJ comes back and boops Melon into the pit.
That is huge, and I was about to say, you know, at this point, Fearless and Sia might be wanting to switch off, but again, JWJ, when you just get these kills right off the bat like that, it's okay that you're running these, especially against the Orisa, because now you've dismantled their bunker entirely, and now you can dive in, because it's just the Roadhog you have to deal with, and you can keep them alive through that. Bunny swaps over onto the Ashe here, as we've seen in this fight, so kind of a sniper duel between the two. No more Tracer. Whole Hog comes through. You're going to see you toss out that self-destruct. No kills found from a Dragon Strike. A lot of ultimates going out in the field. JWJ holding on to this barrage. Hasn't really needed to use it yet, but now he's going to use it now, trying to take Melon out of the fight, but bad positioning, and Wanli will punish him for it. LGD continuing to hold on here. However, Fearless and Bunny gets a double kill with the dynamite over on the side. Wanli will kill far away, though, as the refrag. LGD with a slight advantage here. Rookie returning. You have the Orisa. You have the bunker combo back up. Far away will be rezzed by Mizuki. Great space making by the tanks of CC to allow Mizuki to find that. Now Supercharger coming back in for the re-engage. LGD want to push back into this. Team CC did get the recap. LGD are still slightly ahead in that. Now, Neneb was tossed onto Fearless here. He's diving onto the support here of Secret, who's going to have to bite a grenade himself just to stay alive. And Fearless can't continue to chase that kill. He's very low. Needs to dive back. This is just a really back and forth and scrappy fight we're seeing here. Kenobi, as now the hook comes through onto Sia. JWJ swaps off of the Pharah onto the Genji. So he'll be returning on that roll. Wanli on the side. Dragon Strike available. Does he want to use it here? Low HP has stuck around the corner. Far away. Wanli will be found by Bunny. It's a 5v5 situation on the point right now. LGD is there. JWJ comes in, gets the instant frag. There you go. Now CC have got this thing held down.
And the biggest part about that last fight was that somehow, some way during that last fight, Team CC was able to switch and cap the point themselves, and now they're at 83%, so coming back for LGD, this is the last fight they're going to have. If they don't take the point now, they are going to lose this first battle. In that last fight, they could have milked off so much more percent if they had just stayed on the point.
Wanli swapping over to the Mei here. Hoyo Chen onto the Lucio. They're going for the stall composition. 98% though, they got to get there fast. They will be able to sneak their way onto the point. Melon leading that a little bit low, though. Needs to get around the corner, heal himself up. JWJ anti-nade here. He will get the health packet to stay alive. Far away, great positioning, hanging over onto the side there. JWJ actually just shooting into the back of Melon. Melon doesn't even turn around, and JWJ will get that first kill. Hooked, however, is he. Needs to back up, deflecting. Of course, the freeze does pierce through, but he's able to get around the corner in time. Rookie with the Neneb was looking for value, but he can't find it now. JWJ with the blade to start things off. Secret's a first kill. Rookie next, and well, Hoyo Chen just has to get off the point to avoid that blade, and well, it's going to be Team CC taking the early lead here, Kenobi.
And there's a little bit of the hero chess and flexibility that we talked about at the pregame with lafon. Is look, you saw how many different looks that Team CC could bring to the table there. JWJ flexing onto the Genji. You saw Bunny flexing onto the Ashe. It didn't look that great last week in the quarterfinals against Light Gaming, but there gets enough value where he's hitting the dynamites behind the shield, putting some pressure onto the bunker composition of LGD. And we talk a little bit about, you know, running. You don't usually think that running dive into, you know, Orisa Hog is a good idea, but the thing that Fearless and Sia were doing that I really liked was they weren't diving, you know, they weren't just diving into the Orisa Hog. They were diving onto the DPS, diving onto Kaneki, diving onto Wan Lee, making sure they weren't able to put as much pressure onto JWJ on the Pharah, as we're going to be seeing him come out again. Wan Lee going to be on the Widowmaker, has a pretty decent Widowmaker, but this is again what we talked about. Kadalis is not in this lineup. I would much favor Kadalis in a Widow matchup against JWJ than I would with Wan Lee.
Yeah. All right, JWJ just spamming things off. Wan Lee over in the corner here. Interesting positioning, and Bunny will just punish him for that. Right off the bat, the first kill, and now Bunny is completely uncontested. Kaneki will be his next victim.
Bunny knows all the tricks. So Bunny knows all the tricks. You can't aggressively peek Bunny like that. He's going to take your head off, and already Bunny has complete control now. Team CC also have complete control, so this is going to be very difficult right now for LGD Gaming to try and get back into this. Team CC and Bunny have complete control of any sightline, so Wan Lee going to have to use some fancy footwork here to try and mess with Bunny's head a little.
Exactly. But again, like you said, Bunny knows all the tricks, so it's going to be super tough to find that off angle you can catch him by. However, GD trying to re-engage here. Rookie makes a swap over onto the Diva now, looking for a little more mobility than the Roadhog allows. Matrix as well, so important against that Widowmaker. Kaneki though will get that first kill onto Farway. Mortality Field definitely helping with that secret with the next one onto Fearless. And now TCC in a bit of a bad position here. Mizuki gets a bit of a sneaky res there. Sia does get killed as a result, though. No healing goes on to Sia. Well, Melon will find that kill. Primal Rage coming through. Bunny will get the first body shot. I hope maybe in the long line, but Wan Lee, not to be outdone, will end up finding Mizuki. So no mercy for Team CC. And, well, it's not looking too good for them right now. JWJ very low. Needs to stay alive. Nano Baptiste on the field. Don't know if that was a misclick or calculated.
I'm not sure if you needed that. You definitely, I don't think that that nano was needed at all, because you could have had it for this fight, been able to keep someone alive. The supercharge is going to come out. Let's see what damage you can do.
Amplification Matrix as well. A lot of damage stacked up, but Team CC...
Really good kiting. Really good kiting. Yeah, super good defensive play from them. They, you know, they see the bongos come out, they see the amplification matrix come out as well, and Team CC just backs up behind any corner so that the damage couldn't be done.
Oh my, they are kiting so many ultimates out of LGD right now. Look at that. They had
everything's gone.
A 4 ultimate lead, right? Or a 5 ultimate lead. Rookie has not used his yet. Secret did use the nano boost right at the beginning of that last fight. Now they've got nothing. They've got absolutely nothing. Hoyochen's caught in that position here. Will be slept up by Secret. So Fearless will not be able to chase that kill, but now Hoyochen is very, very out of position. They are still finding kills, so LGD able to make up for this. But JWJ might be starting things here with a refrag. Wan Lee trying to avoid being shot by Bunny. Ducks behind the Orisa shield. Very smart move from him. Again, still trying to find the shot, but JWJ continuing to get kills here. Might be evening things out for Team CC. Fearless, literally, I think, 1 HP. Ducks back. Gets a little bit of healing. Now we've got a moment of respite.
And it looks like, you know, they're just going to wait to try and get the dive. The dive comes in from Fearless. Let's see what it can do.
Diving right off the bat, Hoyochen will be found. Kaneki refrags onto Bunny there. 5v5 situation on the point, but no healer. Now no Orisa. Not very good here for LGD. Self-destruct onto the point. Will not find anything, just making a little bit of space. Fearless now with a Primal Rage gets the first kill onto Wan Lee, and that'll seal the deal for Team CC. However, 93, well, we'll see how much LGD can get, but it's very close to overtime.
Yeah, and now Team CC is probably going to be able to take this point most likely. There's nothing that can stop them, and there you go. There's the flip, and now as we see, this is a bit of a blast from the past here, Rien. We have Bunny on the Tracer. This is some GT dive that we're seeing. I think there might be a switch coming in as Mizuki looks like they were going back towards the spawn, but actually it might not be. And now Nano Blade completely online for the side of Team CC. You got to be looking out for Wan Lee here. Wan Lee has to be able to hack the Genji to negate his dashes.
Oh, Bunny gets hacked though here. LGD make a lot of composition swaps over onto more of the ball composition with the Tracer and that Sombra, but Fearless stuck right off the bat. Be the first kill. The opening kill, Mizuki, no way! She sneaks it off, but goes down herself to Wan Lee. However, no mercy for Team CC could be a big loss. However, Faraway finding that kill with the biotic grenade onto the point. Kaneki looking for the kill, will find it with the help of Rookie. Recap comes through for LGD. No one of CC there. The point for the time being. Oh, here we go. JDBJ comes in with the blade, looking for Secret Dead. Could they come back from this Kenobi? He falls over the edge and will be killed by Hoyo Chen. With that may have allowed Team CC a foot in the door at the very least to try and bully their way back onto the point. However, the amplification matrix is set up. LGD are not going to be tossed out. Self-destruct in. As the Rookie goes in for the remech. Faraway does get one frag. EMP available, or EMP was used rather. Team CC, there's just no opening for them, I'm afraid. Bunny will get the demech here. No, right as I say that, of course. Now they start coming back to it. The caster curse, very classic. JDBJ swapping under the doofus, comes in, refrags. You're joking. You're actually joking right now.
They're gonna do it.
I have cursed the broadcast.
Yeah, we need to get you some caster curse fix right there, because that was it was looking pretty convincing for LGD Gaming, but now Team CC is in a very good spot right now. LGD Gaming have nothing besides the amplification matrix coming back into this next fight, whereas Bunny could end this fight right at the start with just a pulse bomb.
Oh, Kaneki's dead though. JDBJ gets the instant rocket punch onto Wan Li, and yep. Oh man, I thought LGD was gonna get it, and then we swap over to Bunny's POV, and what is he doing but de-meching Rookie, and that was just the start of things. And then Team CC come back into it, and they win this 2-0 on control. That is a very, very strong start for them.
Team CC looking very good. LGD, a lot of questions coming in from that first map. A lot of things I saw that I'm very much questioning of, as we're gonna probably bring LaFon back in here to get his.
Let's see if he can answer some of these questions for us. Well, how about that start, LaFon?
I mean, that was actually super good. That was really clean from Team CC, right? I think
really clean.
Yeah, I think we're seeing one of those things that we talked about in terms of the flexibility codes comes into show right there in map number 1, right? You've got Kaneki, you've got Wan Li, and you've got no real counter to Bunny on the Widowmaker. But even that, I think, was just specifically on Lighthouse, right? On that particular stage. I want to talk about the tanks a little bit in map number 1, because I think, they were doing something that you don't really see very often in today's age in terms of how they played. They played more of a pressure dive situation, right? We talked about how Bunker is so good at holding down, or we haven't, but how good Bunker is at holding down sightlines, how good they are at holding the area denial coming to play. And what we kind of saw was a style of tank play from Team CC that really reminded me of double sniper, right? When tanks, what they would do is they'd pressure dive. They put pressure on the opposing DPS. They would force kind of rotations and then allow the DPS to have room to actually kind of work out. And that really did come into play a ton there. We're going to see the highlights come in. This is off those sleep darts we're kind of talking about just there. And I think, it's a really good play, but you can kind of see here, like, the way the tanks are playing, they're playing super aggressively, but not too far forward. They don't take a ton of damage, and it really allows CC to just be in the opportunity. Like, they're able to hold out just long enough. And I mean, Bunny really popped off there at the very top. As you said, he knows all the tricks. Wan Li, you're not gonna catch him sleeping.
No, definitely.
And I think really for LGD, you got to go back to the drawing board right now, because there were some things like the ultimates that they were using. We talked about during the cast, like not getting any value. As soon as the ultimates went out, Team CC's like, okay, we'll just back up. No value. Diva bombs just being thrown out kind of randomly, not to any value whatsoever, without any rhyme or reason. So LGD not looking at all like the team that we thought was supposed to be in the lead, was supposed to be going to the grand finals. They're looking very shaky right now.
No, absolutely. And I think that's another thing to note there, is that I think in terms of the style that LGD is playing, they're trying to play around the DPS centric sort of compositions, where they're running the Orisa, where they're just holding space. But if your DPS aren't popping off, then it's really not a fantastic look for them. So LGD, they have their work cut out for them, and I'm really interested to see which roster they bring into map number 2.
And we will see that after this break. Hey, welcome back, Contenders Shiners. Let me start over here. Welcome back to Contenders Shiners semifinals here. Just pretend you didn't hear that. Team CC versus LGD. Team CC with a nice start there on control. Ilios taking that 2-0. As you move on to Temple of Anubis, something I want to touch on Kenobi. Let's talk about the comps that Team CC and LGD were playing. LGD was playing this bunker. Team CC was playing this kind of dive composition, right? Normally you're like, wait a minute, dive shouldn't win. So how did Team CC win?
Well, the way that they were doing it was they weren't diving onto the Orisa Hog. I know, like, sometimes in plat games when you're playing dive tanks, you're just like, oh, let's just dive onto the other tanks, and you just get insta-killed. But here, on the other side, they were diving a lot against the DPS, you know, forcing pressure onto them and making it so that JWJ, who was on fair at the time, was able to just do what he wanted in the skies, and he was playing really passively. As we're going to be seeing, we didn't mention this before, but LGD has brought in Kadalis, so finally we have Kadalis in, this person we've talked about as being a star this entire season. This time they're going to be on the Sombra. The Sombra, we've seen a couple of times, it's looked good against the weaker teams, but I'm surprised a little bit he's not on the Widowmaker to battle against Bunny.
And speaking of Bunny, the first kill goes to him, first blood. Hoyochin down right off the bat, and again, this is just going to stall out LGD here. It's not going to let them get any progress, pretty much. Melon very low as well, needs to be careful. Seeing Rookie move in there to matrix him as he kind of ducks out. Now Rookie needs to be mindful of his own HP, but JWJ will just swoop on in and get that kill. So LGD, they're going to lose this fight.
Yeah, and I mean, for LGD, or for Team C, for LGD rather, this is mostly a composition that you are picking to try and farm towards that Dragon Blade, Nano Blade combo. Kadalis not really close to that EMP just yet, so you're not going to have that probably going into this fight, but you do have the Nano Blade now, and no defensive ult on the other side. And
they're just going to use the Nano Blade right off the bat. There's a Nano Boost that gets tossed on to a Melon in turn, but still, a lot of damage onto him. 200 HP now, needs to be careful, and yes, he is just going to move in, and he's just going to win this 1v1 100%. Okay, well, 1v2, I guess, because Kadalis is there. Great support, by the way, from Secret there on the side, finding the angle to keep him alive. And Kadalis going to now punish Sia for trying to go for that in the first place. Kaneki going for the blade, getting kited, though, absolutely juked by JWJ. Now, 2 kills come through. Melon dies with the Primal Rage. Could be a bit of a blow here to LGD. Team CC, of course, they can just bunker up in the back line, and JWJ just wombo comboing, gotta get in there in the back. EMP coming through. Rookie will get 1 kill with the self-destruct. Secret does follow up on Hoyochin, winning the 1v1. Very, very slippery is that Lucio. Now Kadalis looking to DMAX Sia here, will get it, has the packed health pack to play around with Hoyochin. And honestly, Hoyochin there kind of popped off.
Yeah, he did, and that's kind of what he's known for. He's known as being one of these Reddit Lucios that shows up in the kill feed a lot. But LGD Gaming and Team CC there both didn't have the greatest team fights all around. A lot of errors coming out from both teams. You know, the Nano Blade from Team CC ended up working. Kaneki's Dragon Blade did not end up working at all because he didn't have the Nano for it. It was just a raw blade. But now, coming into this next fight, Team CC does have the Dragon Blade available to them, the Nano Blade.
Right. Hack comes through onto Fearless, and that's just going to allow a lot of ultimate charge to be farmed up. JWJ blades, but gets punched into the wall by Kaneki. That is a beautiful punish, and he will die right away. Hoyochin and Kaneki, though, both fragged out here by Fearless and Sia, respectively. Tank duo working well together to get these kills. Melon just can't find anything with his Primal Rage, and LGD will have to back out.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a really nice start to the fight with Kaneki and with the sound barrier. They were able to cancel out what was happening with that Nano Blade. But now, for LGD Gaming, they're actually going to be switching up towards, they're going to put Kaneki on the Reaper. And this is kind of where you start to question Kadalis being in this lineup, because you don't have a Mei to put with this. Kadalis has not played the Mei at all this season, where you would, at this point, especially on this point, would want to have this Mei Reaper combination.
Mei is
but you can at this moment. Mei is so good on this point, especially comboed with Reapers. So Kadalis here gonna have to really find some value with this EMP.
I mean, even before Bunker became meta, we would see Mei, granted not often, but sometimes on this map, and she was so impactful. Bunny and JWJ starting things off with 2K, Kadalis and Melon both down, and LGD, again, not a whole lot they can do here. Self-destruct comes through from Sia. He's gonna be able to get the remake here as JWJ moves onto the sidelines, trying to find these angles, but LGD playing the sightlines well, avoiding him, except for Secret, who gets caught by C there. Definitely out of position, but CC will continue to hold here.
Yeah, and I mean, there you see kind of the issue with the composition right now for LGD is you see Kaneki is going and getting a ton of damage, and then unfortunately the rest of the team has no follow-up. You know, there's no Orisa or Orisa Diva or Orisa Hog to follow him up and just, you know, play that kind of slow style. There's no Mei to isolate targets and freeze them. So while Kaneki is getting the damage done, it's the rest of the team just isn't, but Farway is going to go down at the start here.
JWJ was playing with Farway there, and JWJ was able to escape by ducking into the spawn, but Farway can't, and now dying with the Nano Boost. The spawns are very, very close, but still, that is a tool you would definitely like to have. EMP combined with the self-destruct, nothing. from it, which is huge. Two ultimates just completely and utterly gone to waste. And now Hoyo-Chen and Secret both down. All the supports.
Oh,
and
no.
Kenobi goes for the Death Blossom. And JWJ just says nope. And CC, they denied all the ultimates LGD just threw at them. Every single one meticulously shut down.
Here's
no
the thing.
value.
I don't know if it's a deny from Team CC or if it's just LGD kind of spaghettiing that entire fight. Kadal gets nothing with the entire EMP, and then Kaneki hits that Death Blossom in the back, gets nothing as well. So Ultimate's just completely wasted for the side of LGD Gaming. This does not look at all like the team we've been seeing throughout the regular season.
Could it be the pressure perhaps getting to their heads here in the semifinals? We're going to see them open the fight up with this Coalescence. Melon gets that first kill onto Bunny, who is on that May. Primal Rage comes on through Melon, and they're just trying to find a kill right now, Kenobi. They're just trying to find anything, but JWJ once again shuts them down with the first kill into Kaneki. Melon might have something going here with this kill into Sia Hoyo-Chen with the Sound Barrier, looking now for this Reddit Lucio style of play like we've been seeing from him before, but just amazing peel from JWJ. Just, oh man, utterly shut down as Hoyo-Chen. Was going for that, wanted to get aggressive, just stunned up by JWJ. Mizuki comes in with the Lucio as well to speed boost far away into safety, and now LGD Secret has farmed up another Coalescence here. There you go. Rookie self-destruct will find far away, but Sia just refrags right off the bat, and so does Bunny. Stunned up now is Rookie. A lot of your health gone right off the bat. Kaneki will frag onto Fearless there, who swapped on over to this Hamster. Punched up is Kaneki, now killed. Bunny just finding so much value right now on this Doomfist, and well, LGD driven back once again. They can't find anything here, Kenobi. Nothing at all.
And once again as well, Kadalis, nothing with that EMP. Absolutely
nothing.
No value whatsoever. He's had 2 EMPs that have done absolutely nothing this entire, for those last 2 fights that we've seen them, and now 15 seconds left. They need to get to the point. Someone has to get there.
It's going to be off the Lucio speed boost or perhaps the Sombra, but they need to get there and need to get there
well
right now. But Kadalis gets, yeah, there you go. They find their opportunity onto the point. You get a little bit of progress here. Team CC just backs up for a brief moment. Bunny hacked up, has the meter strike. That is going to be such an impactful tool. Secret can't get caught like that. You cannot be caught like that. And Bunny will just open things wide up. Bunny again on an absolute killing spree. Melon, the next victim here. Hoyo-Chen barely avoiding that meter strike in. But again, nobody on the point. There is nothing. There is no hero on the point. And Team CC, what a strong hold on point to be there. Truly incredible. And maybe it wasn't even that they had an incredible hold, but LGD just...
Yeah, spaghetti.
I think
SpaghettiOs are everywhere on the floor right now. SpaghettiOs
all over the floor. What is this? What am I looking at?
We need LaFon to tell us what we're looking at right now.
Oh boy, you guys are absolutely right. I think this is pretty worrying. I think if you're LGD, because this is not. You know, we talked about the fact that you know, we were looking at the beginning like, oh, can they play hero chess? Can they play sort of the God, I love that term so much. Thank you, Avast.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good. But I think, you know, we talked about it, like, can they play the matchup, the meta game matchup? And it's not coming through right now for LGD. But beyond that, it doesn't even matter if you can't play Overwatch consistently.
Exactly.
You know, it doesn't even matter if you can get to that meta game point if you're like getting an EMP with 0 people.
Yeah, that's it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
That is actually true. I tried to stay away from, you know, saying like, oh, that's a bad play. Yeah. You know, in the most of the time, but that's just a bad play. You cannot have an EMP catch 0 people. It didn't
especially
even
coming from Kadalis, right?
Right. Who?
Like, that's the biggest thing.
He's had a pretty decent Sombra performance in the past, so it's pretty problematic there. I think, you know, one of the other things too is that I'm not sure if it's Fearless or Evil Toaster on the field right now, because it's just sort of sitting in the corner there, and it's contested point. The problem is it's working, and that should not be happening. So for LGD, they need to clean it up across the board, and they do not have a lot of time left.
All right, thank you very much for the fun.
And now, on this defense for LGD, we're going to be seeing... Okay, Kadalis, back on the Widowmaker. This is where he shines. His Sombra looked, you know, left a lot to be desired. 0-man EMPs, we don't like seeing that, but... Oh boy, he's gonna be on this Widowmaker. He's already got 51%. He's hitting his shots finally. Bunny versus him. They're also just covering him completely. They've got onto this high ground. They're parking him behind the Orisa shield, and they're just gonna let him be the carry now and see what he can do. Hopefully he can get some picks, and hopefully for the side of LGD Gaming, this is gonna look a lot better than their defense.
Oh yeah, because I mean, again, like LaFon said, it's just bad plays coming through here from LGD, and it's frustrating because we know LGD is better than this. We have seen them be so good, and just to be playing at this level in the semifinals is something that you need to come back from here. So we'll see how they do on their defense. Kidallis, again, like you talked about, has been farming a lot of damage here. Ton of cleave coming through, though. Look at all those low members. Fearless single-handedly just comes on in and so much damage with the cleave. That's insane. The nano boost, so impactful there.
And so with this composition from LGD Gaming, the main thing that you're trying to do is you like, this puts a lot of pressure on Kidallis to hit shots and get picks, because they are putting so many resources into keeping Kidallis alive. You saw they have the Orisa shield. They even have the Briggs, so that way if anyone dives in, they can stun them. But unfortunately, they let Farway get towards this nano. It gets popped onto Fearless, and he just does so much damage. And now with 5 minutes and 30 seconds about for Team CC, they have just they need to just take the one tick, and they can just honestly wait here, wait for Farway to get the nano and just Dragon Blade and win this point, because no defensive ultimates for LGD.
Exactly. It's harvest season right now for CC. They trade. And you're seeing the tire come out here. Will kill Fearless. But again, if you're Team CC, do you even care that you lose that fight? I don't think you do.
You're fine. I mean, Bunny's just going to be on the side here.
JDBJ is
probably go down. He's going to go down. That's unfortunate, but, you know, taking that long flank, it's that's bound to happen, especially if the person in spawn's going to switch to Doomfist that quickly. But again, I mean, look at Team CC. They're totally fine losing that fight, right? You're just waiting at this point towards that nano blade. That's all you need. There's nothing else. I mean, even at this point, really, what you're looking for Team CC, you're forcing out ultimates from them. You can get Secrets nano. You can get the bongos as well. Also get the rally. That's the best case scenario. And it looks like there it's going to go. So this is great for Team CC. They're just going to wait it out. It only lasts 30 seconds. You have so much time here. There's this ult gets no value whatsoever. What are you doing, LGD?
Oh man. Like, here's the nano blade that you're seeing come through here on the side. Counter to that is the electric cowboy. JDBJ. Okay, they shot that down very well. So LGD at least will have that going for them, and Sia killed as well. Okay.
Okay, well, I mean, if Team CC just decides at this point that they also don't want to get value out of their ultimates, I guess this is totally fine for LGD right there. That
something from LGD is rubbing off.
You really didn't, like, you could just wait. Like, you didn't need to nano blade at that point. I mean, now JWJ is going to be switching over to the Hanzo, so more of a double sniper look coming in from Team CC. It looks like they just wanted to get rid of all of their ultimates, and they are just going to make the full swaps towards something else. Bunny's going to be going on to the McCree, more of the hit scan role, and Farway switching over towards that Zenyatta, which is going to give them a little bit more shield break from their poke. So, you know, some good switches coming out from Team CC. Again, they still have 3.5 minutes to just take one tick. So anything right here is good for Team CC in terms of picks.
And, you know, Mercy Zen, not something that you see too often, right? Normally it's the Ana Zen or something of that. But, you know, Mercy Zen, you discord somebody and then you nano boost one of your snipers. That is a ton of damage going on to them. And Bunny will just catch Kidallis there. Immortality field down. Melon has no choice but to just keel over and die. So CC, I mean, I think the writing's on the wall here. Team CC, they're gonna take this fight very dominantly, very soon. There we go. There it is. And
this is
LGD. What's happening? What is happening?
Very worrying. I am very worried for
all over the floor.
I am very worried for LGD here. Extremely.
It's all over the floor.
Yeah, there's SpaghettiOs everywhere.
They're the
we need to get LaFon back in here to tell us about, you know, what kind of SpaghettiOs these are, you know, what's happening really. Oh boy, this is a match and a half, LaFon, isn't it?
It really is, and you know, rather than like a proper tomato sauce, they're just using ketchup as their.
It's truly the most scuffed of spaghetti.
I kind of grossed myself out just thinking that. Oh my god, that's pretty nasty. Okay, but no, back to the game.
So is LGD's ultimate economy. At this point.
No, that was not terrific. I think one thing is, you know, we talk about kiting a lot in Overwatch when it comes to the pro level in terms of just avoiding ultimates. Really, what we don't often see though, and the reason why we have to explain it, is it's rarely obvious, right? It's rarely as simple as a team walking away.
Yep.
But, you know, LGD is not making it hard for Team CC, so they can just walk away. It really is that simple. And I think that's a big problem here for LGD, right? You talked about that rally. That's just an indication. Yes, they won that fight, but that's almost because, I mean, not almost, it was literally because Team CC said, okay, we'll just dump whatever, you know, ultimates we have here. We've got the Genji, we've got the nano boost, we'll just dump those in. We'll get the highlight pack coming in through here, but I think, this was not a clean look from Team CC. I don't think this was a really good showing from them, and yet they're still absolutely thrashing LGD, and I think this is going to be really problematic because at this point, you're looking at Team CC and saying, can you close out this next map? And if you can, how easily is it going to come to you? Then you're talking about the grand final situation, right? And that's the place where I'm not, if Team CC's performance here is what we're expecting, it doesn't look good for them.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly with what lafon says, and this seems a lot more like LGD beating themselves at some points more than it is Team CC beating them. Like, Team CC has had moments where they looked a little bit better, the tank line coordination and tank line play has just been a little bit better. Bunny, while he's an Overwatch League caliber player, hasn't really done anything spectacular really, but a lot of it's just been LGD, like, what are these decisions you're making? Dallas, not hitting 0-man EMPs at that point, like what Rien is saying, writing's already on the wall. If that's how you're going to be playing right now, especially like we've seen them play, like even against Ballburster last week, it wasn't nearly this bad. So
and I think another thing to note
I'm very
too is
worried
that
about it for LGD.
Yeah, I think another thing to note about LGD is too is that they're very one-dimensional, right? This is not a team that we're really expecting to see this constricted really in their play. They're putting all their eggs in Kadalis, and he is not performing. You need to have a backup solution, and it really hasn't come through right now. They had no plan, it looked like, on Ilios, where Kadalis wasn't playing, and here on Temple of Anubis that just finished up, Kadalis was not performing, so they didn't really have much fallback there either. And for LGD, that's a real problem. On Team CC side, you've got both Bunny and JWJ playing fantastically.
I mean, it's just it's worrying all around for both teams really. Like, Team CC doesn't look like they're still having.
They don't look like world beaters. They do not look like world beaters.
I mean, let's not forget they had the 3-2 Light Gaming, who is arguably the weakest team or one of the weakest teams in the entire playoff pool. So I'm very worried a bit here with the entirety of both teams and how they've been playing.
Yeah. All right. Well. Is there anything really more to say here? I think we've covered it. LGD, CC, both not playing optimally, but I mean LGD is just they're playing themselves.
It's been rough. Really. It's been rough.
We'll see if either of them can up their performance. Hopefully LGD will be able to, because we might be looking at a very quick semifinals game here. Gonna throw it a break. Be back after this. All right, we are back from the halftime break. Maybe you grab some well, no way. No, I'm on the West Coast. So on the East Coast, what time is it? Okay, it's around like 11
it's like 11, there. So you can get some lunch. You can get some early lunch. Yeah.
Brunch. There you go. Grab some brunch. But
yeah, it's brunch time.
There, but
go to a buffet, get some, get a mimosa. Ooh.
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Can't drink. Sorry.
You're right.
Well,
you're right.
Nimbani gonna be our third map here. Well, we do have a sub. Kenobi, let's
we do in fact have a sub, and it is going to be Tanchio in for Melon, and no other changes, which is kind of shocking to me a little bit, because this is a map where you would favor a little bit more of the Pharah, and as we've seen from Wanli does have a pretty decent Pharah himself. That means Kadalis is still in the roster, so if Kadalis is playing, I assume he's going to be playing Hitscan. It looks like he's going to be playing McCree, so this is a McCree May look here for the side of LGD. We haven't seen this variation of it with these two players yet. It's mostly been Wanli who would be playing the May, and then Kaneki would be switching over to the McCree or vice versa. So I'm interested to see what Kadalis is going to do. He's going to die right here, though.
Well, at least his team gets kills before that, though. So we're gonna see Kaneki maybe get a May kill here if he can find the shot. There you go.
Ooh, okay. All right, Kaneki, I see you. Looking pretty decent on the May, and he's already got that Blizzard available to him, so looking not too shabby. Whereas Team CC there, really what cost them was the fact that nade from Secret kind of just demolished their entire team, and against a support duo like the Baptiste and the Mercy, it's going to be very hard to negate a lot of that damage, or a lot of the anti-heal coming out from that anti-heal.
And Kaneki just waiting on the side here. And the thing is, if Team CC actually continues to push through this and Kaneki gets his Blizzard, he can just toss it in there, wall off that back, that back exit, and now there's nowhere for LGD to go, nowhere for Team CC to go, rather, but into the waiting arms of LGD. So we're gonna see how they do that application. Matrix in the bunny!
Ooh.
What? No way! Triple kill? You're kidding!
out of absolutely nowhere, like an RKO, Bunny just comes in and gets a huge 3K, and Team CC is able to take the point somehow, some way. JWJ gonna finish off Hoyo-chan here, and Team CC is gonna finally cat that point. And again, I really like the way that JWJ plays this Pharah and plays it so safely. Bunny gets the 3K there, but JWJ is putting so much pressure and putting so much crossfire pressure onto the entirety of LGD that they don't know where to look. Kadalis is trying to look and trying to find kills on JWJ, but he's playing so passively and so well against the hit scan that he's basically at this point unkillable. So JWJ and DPS from Team CC looking very good as they roll into this point B attack with 4 minutes about it.
I mean, Bunny is just absolutely ludicrous right now. He's bananas on this Nekkra right now. It's just insane. And now you're gonna see self-destruct tossed in. 1 kill. Okay, here you go. CC will be driven back here by that self-destruct and then the high noon combination. So they'll get a little bit of breathing room, just a little bit, but a little bit is sometimes what you need.
Yeah, but you got a little bit of breathing room, but also Team CC has a lot of breathing room with the 5 ultimates that they're going to have. So LGD gonna have to play this fight very, very carefully. Some immortality feels from Hoyo-chan have to be pretty on point right now. They have been questionable in the past, especially in their last series against Light Gaming, or against Valverster rather. So he's gonna have to be pretty important right now. But Team CC gonna play this pretty slow, use that bongos to start out the fight, and just put some pressure as they push the point.
Tanshu responds, of course, with super trigger of his own. Now you're gonna see amplification matrix come through, so a lot of damage. Self-destruct in. Bit of an interesting one. It's gonna catch Kenobi off guard there. It's behind the building, so you don't really expect it. And then all of a sudden, when it comes down on the decline, it makes a bit of a parabola curve there, and just finds Kenobi around that corner. That's a very, very well calculated bomb. So props to
curve the bullet.
See you there, exactly.
Well, curve the bomb, I guess, in this case, because you know the Diva Mech isn't a bullet. I mean, you do shoot it, kind of. You shoot it into the air. It does end up working, and Team CC is going to take the point, and they're rolling into this third point with 4 minutes still left in their time bank. And this is looking very dire for the side of LGD Gaming here. I mean, even if they are to win this next fight, they're probably going to have to use a lot of resources to win it. I really like that Maywall, though, blocking off the damage from that amp matrix, and it looks like Team CC is going to try going back into this fight right now.
Okay, Kenobi here with a flank Blizzard looking to freeze up members, and they get 3, 4, 5. Everybody frozen up except for Fearless, and he will just be, of course, cut off from the rest of his team. Kenobi just walking right past him, trying to freeze the back line, but Kadalis will just be able to shut them down himself. Great headshots. Kenobi perhaps going for the swap here. Good stagger here onto Sia as well. Kadalis will just add another victim to his long list of them in that fight.
I mean, you don't really think of Maze as flanking DPS, but there was a really nice play from Kenobi. He caught Sia completely off guard, so he wasn't able to eat the Blizzard, and then they're all clumped up, so it's just the easiest kills of their life as Team CC going to be switching back over towards different composition. When Kenobi goes down again, first pick, he's going to be gone, and JWJ going to be doing some damage.
Kadalis might have had something there with that high noon, but nope. Just eaten up entirely by that defense matrix. Another self-destruct tossed in. What? Oh! Rookie! The triple kill. LGD sustaining themselves in this fight. This is what we want to be seeing from them. Kadalis has been playing a lot better. And now a great bomb tossed in by Rookie, catching everybody off guard. Wonderful stuff we're seeing.
Yeah, and one of the things, I guess, that LGD was looking at when they brought Tanchio into this lineup is communication between him and Rookie, because there was a really nice halt to set up that 3K from. And halt bombs are like something that we don't talk about too much, but they're very important, especially with Diva Bomb not having, in Goat's meta, it was a lot. They were mostly put together so you could grab bomb, and it was much easier. But here you have to really coordinate with your other main tank to figure out when the bombs are going to be coming. So really nice coordinated play from LGD Gaming.
Brilliant stuff, and that is something that we want to see. That is the coordination, because like you were talking about there, those halt bombs are much harder to hit than the grab bombs. So just the coordination that LGD is seeing here, I mean, it's looking a lot better. So Tanshu, there we go,
making it work. He's doing the thing right now, and Looks like Team CC coming back into this next fight. I want to show another interesting thing that we can talk about as well with halts is that Kadalis now has Dragon Strike, and Dragon Strike halt is something else that has a lot of value that sometimes we don't talk about a lot of. So Kadalis, let's see if he and Tanjiro can, make something happen with this combination. Team CC are going to have it as well, so let's see who can get the better one.
And Team CC there, in a bit of a dangerous spot, was going through that side room there, kind of funneled themselves into one area. Now you're gonna see Dragon Strike come through. There's the halts. Fearless though. Yeah, it's just he didn't have the right angle, and Team CC just backed up. So, well, now it's the ball's in CC's court. They've got, of course, the well, they did use their Dragon Strike, so they don't have that available to them. But they could, of course, use the Dynamite. The Dynamite halt could be very impactful here, as you see the bongos come through as well from CC. Secret dead right off the bat. Bunny will find that kill, but refrag comes through. Kadalis returning will kill Bunny there. Self-destruct tossed in from Sia around that corner. Tongshu has to run into the team to avoid it, and JWJ will kill him as a result. Another amplification matrix coming through here from Mizuki. She's been farming these up really, really quickly, and it's going to be impactful. Kaneki goes down. And you see a good Sonic arrow there from Kadalis trying to avoid getting flanked here, but it's not really going to matter in the long run, as CC has just complete and utter control of the part right now. Bunny returning, has the Bob, will toss him in. JWJ again finding another kill into Rookie before going down himself to Kaneki. But Bunny with the triple kill, double plus the Bob. That'll make it. So Team CC will make their way through it, and really that fight comes down to Bunny or the Bob.
I mean, why not both? The two Bs, double B. That's a good name for it. Let's get LaFon back in here to tell us through that, take us through that first half.
I mean, this is interesting because I think Tanchu, we talk about him in terms of his halts. On the thing, it's fair to say I think that the map was literally only the third stage. There was no real contest anywhere else. So,
you're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, this entire map was a moment. I think there was like snapshots where like, oh, this is what was the difference here, right? In the first point, it was JWJ on the flank, getting the pressure in, Bunny coming up with a 3K. That's a snapshot of point A. On the streets phase of Numbani, the snapshot was literally that last, that one fight where they were able to break through off that one kill with the self-destruct because the positioning from LG wasn't stellar. But I think third stage is where we actually have the real conversation, because that's where LGD finally started playing as a team. And it's off the back, I think, of Tanchu a ton. Great positioning, great shield rotation, great shield management, and really made it difficult for the DPS of CC, of Bunny and JLBJ to really get value for the first time all series long. They took what was a 4.5 minute time bank and dropped it to less than a minute. So I think there you got to give credit to Tanchu. The cults were fantastic, oftentimes pulling people out of position, making them take a ton more spam. So they got, they had to burn resources, and it puts them in a position here where they can actually bring the series back. Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of maligned throughout our time covering Chinese contenders. Tanchu has been a bit of an eccentric character sometimes, because a lot with his Reinhardt and Winston play, he's very aggressive, has some moments where he really just loves his shift button. But here on Orisa, thank God shift button doesn't make you go in, it actually makes you tankier. So maybe Tanchu really, maybe Orisa is the hero for him.
Perhaps. But he's had a great performance so far here. Not to knock him at all. That
was a sick hold.
Fantastic. That was a great hold, and that biotic grenade too could have been extremely impactful. But you see that immortality field positioning there. It's in the corner. Team CC can't push on that. They cannot take down that amplification matrix because of how well it's positioned. Nice halt to get everybody off the high ground. So now you have an even fight here on the ground itself. Big freeze coming through. No kills will be found as a result of it. However, that's a weird amplification matrix for Poyo Chen, but Sia will just take it down. Interesting fight we've seen so far.
Yeah, and for Team CC, it's really interesting what they've been doing with their with this defense that they've been having. We've seen some really nice plays from them, but it's just not working out just in
And Kaneki dying with the blizzard there too is really what makes that fight, because again, we've seen the impact. Oh, Tanchu, he can't get out. Let him go. Okay, the immortality field will keep him alive, but not for long enough. Poor guy. Poor guy. 2 minutes and 20 seconds here. Team CC, just again, holding up here on the high ground. They've got 3 ultimates available for them. They've got Bunny's freeze and Fearless's supercharge there, as well as C's bomb. So we're gonna see what they can find with the LGD trying to make their way back through here with the Blizzard. Let's see if they toss this down. We've seen Kaneki have some great flank Blizzards before. Halt comes through, but Hoyo Chen killed right off the bat from JDBJ, taking this far angle. Bunny will just follow up on that with the kill onto Kaneki, and now the time is just running out here for Team CC.
Pretty worrying right now for the side of LGD, or for LGD Gaming right here, is they only have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Rookie's going to go down, so it's more time. You're going to have to be milking off the clock here. They are going to have a ton of ultimates. They're going to basically have a 6-pack because with Baptiste, you can farm your ultimate pretty quickly. But a 6-pack of ultimates available to them. If you don't win this fight, I think this is probably going to be the series for them. They are going to not be able to take this. It's going to be a quick 3-0 for the side of Team CC.
Yeah. All right, LGD. It's now or never. Minute and 14. Oh, and they get balled off instantly. Bouncer's just not letting them in. Okay, good cutting of the ultimate, but Kaneki cannot escape. And well, Team CC, now they know they can get aggressive on this. They can just push LGD back as much as they can, delay them, and just take time off the clock. This is exactly what they want.
Yeah, and you know, finally it is going to be, like I talked about, LGD, they have their ultimates. They're still taking this fight, and Team CC, they did, the good thing for LGD is they did get rid of the Blizzard and they did get rid of the Dragon Strike, so not a lot of combos for the side of Team CC as the bongos come out, but really nice wall though coming out from Bunny.
That wall just shutting them down, and then in LGD's haste to take it down,
bomb.
Honshu leaves himself wide open. Fearless knocked into the team. Kadal's secret maybe starting something here with this double kill. However, Team CC still holding strong for the time being. Bunny in the corner. Kadalis looking for the D-Mech onto Seal. Be huge getting that out of the way. Good shots onto Bunny, forcing him back. Getting aggressive is Sia here. He's Neta boosted, slept up, stunned up. Can't escape that bomb, and Secret will go down. 7
Bunny's
seconds.
still alive.
Bunny is still alive. Bunny has not died at all, and Bunny is continuing to get kills. Kadalis and Kaneki once again getting this double kill, but Bunny halts Kaneki in his tracks. Another Blizzard coming on through here for Team CC, shutting LGD down completely. This is utter and complete dominance from Team CC that we've been seeing so far here. And once again, LGD, the SpaghettiOs, they're on the floor. They're the Alphabet SpaghettiOs. They spell defeat for them. Team CC just take it 3-0. And I mean, we had cast this in the favor of Team CC at the very beginning of the broadcast, but we did not expect it to be this
no way
one-sided. LGD just, they played themselves, plain and simple.
Yep, looking really not the greatest for LGD there, and their season's going to end on pretty much a whimper. On a whimper, like not this team that we through all group stages we were saying is really good. Kadaz, MVP of the season. It ends like this, a full hold on Numbani. That's just for LGD. That's really unfortunate. But Team CC finally break the curse, and they're going to be going to grand finals.
Let's talk about that for a second. Let's bring LaFon on in here, and let's get a little bit of celebration here for Team CC. They make it to the grand finals. They punched their ticket.
It wasn't really punched so much as LGD handed over the ticket whimpering. And said, "Please don't steal my lunch money."
It's like in Willy Wonka when like he just gets the golden ticket. Like,
it was that was real. No, but credit to Team CC. I think that last fight specifically on Numbani, Bunny really popped off. Bunny really showed what he's capable of, and I think this is, you know, this is a question now where we're asking for Team CC. Yes, they've broken the curse of the semifinals, but now they need to be the team again. Gauntlet. Remember, there's only one spot from China to make it to Gauntlet. You need to win in the finals. And yes, we can celebrate Team CC winning, but now you turn your eyes to the future and say, hey,
it's not over yet.
What's coming up next? And I think here for Team CC, keep in mind we have Billy Gaming versus LGE and who you got coming up as our next match here today. And I think
what a prize to, you know, you win the semis, you get to play LGE or BLG.
You have the esteemed honor of becoming either BLG or LGE's first step on their path towards world domination.
Right. So Team CC, if the performance we saw from Team CC today is the performance we're going to see from them tomorrow, I have real questions. I really do have questions. And I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I think you have to look at it as this is not over yet. In other regions, once you get to the semis, you're like, okay, we're good. We're, you know, once you make it past the semis, like, okay, we're going to Gauntlet. China doesn't have that. It's not over yet. You need to win. And I think for Team CC, their preparation has to be fantastic because going into tomorrow, there are so many holes in their performances. I think, we talked about what, Heurix and how can they play around that. We didn't see a lot of real flexibility from Team CC. They did not play the most ideal compositions a lot of the time, right? We saw Ash from Bunny a ton. Yes, he was getting value, but against a team that isn't LGD, can he get zoned out a lot more? JWJ with a Genji wasn't punished, should have been. I think if you look at, his Pharah was probably a highlight for sure. Bunny's Mei was really good as well. But then what about the combos? Who's setting up with the Mei? Who's setting up with the Pharah? What are the compositions playing there? And I think for Team CC, you have more questions than answers. And this is something we've said throughout the entirety of the playoffs, but questions are not something you want in playoffs. You only need answers, and Team CC doesn't seem to have a ton of those yet.
And I guess for LGD, this is there's still a lot more questions, like what happened to this team? Like you play against Holberster Gaming, who you look fine. You have a lot of success with Reaper Mei. We saw very little Reaper Mei today, if any. I think we saw maybe a bit of it, but the issue again crops up of what are you doing with Kadalis? Like Kadalis could only play a couple of things. He can only play the McCree, like Hitscan, Sombra, Hanzo, Widow. That's about it. You don't have that ability to flex from Reaper.
And after today, I'm not sure on the Sombra that much either. So.
Yeah, zero-man EMPs. I have to really have some questions about that. So for the entirety of LGD, going out like this is kind of just going out on a whimper for the season that they had. This is definitely not what we expected coming into these semifinals.
But let's take a moment because I think we've talked about LGD a ton. It's time to talk about Team CC and really hype them up for their next match because, again, it is grand finals coming up, and there are so many good storylines for Team CC. Across the board, JWJ Redemption Arc, I think he was probably the best performer today across the board, but I think second only to him was his partner in that support role was Mizuki, who was playing was playing that main support, and I think
very good.
Coming into this season or coming to playoffs, there were questions. What is Mizuki capable of playing that CO doesn't? Right? How is the performance there going? And I think Mizuki answered those questions here today.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Her Baptiste was fantastic. I think it was far and away the better version between her and Hoyochen. I think Lucio was actually pretty stellar as well. Not getting caught out too often. Generation of Ultimate was really fantastic as well. And then the Mercy play was fantastic. Ilios was just some resurrects that really shouldn't have happened, but Mizuki got away with them anyway. And I think that's really cool to see. So it's interesting to see the player introduced this late into the game, providing such high value to Team CC.
And the thing is, right, we didn't really talk about Mizuki that much, and that's honestly a good thing because you're not. Granted, you're not doing his crazy, Neptuno, Mercy 3K, what is this? It's crazy.
Well,
but you're also not
then
dying
the Neptuno 3Ks are like, oh wow, but his entire team died. So
exactly, right? So she's just playing so
good,
well, just
solid
very
Overwatch,
very good, and it's
disappearing.
It's great because when she came in for last week, we were questioning, what is the difference between her and CO, because CO had was pretty fine during the regular season, nothing incredible, but Mizuki has made a lot of these plays that CO I don't think hasn't made this season. So I think this is a really nice pickup for them. Even going into playoffs, you're switching some stuff, but this is, for them, I think a really good pickup, and I think she's going to help them tremendously going forward. I think her and Farway, I think, are definitely one of the support duos to look at.
Yeah, that's a very strong duo right there. Anything else, boys? Anything we want to add? Or I think we've pretty much got that match wrapped up there. Let's set our sights to the future.
Now we got the next game.
Billy Gaming versus LG Hui.
That's a good one.
That's
the good one.
That is a banger of a match right there. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and throw it over to a break, and we'll be back for that match. We're gonna break things down even more once we draw a little bit closer to that. So we'll see you guys then.